Land of Magadha Trilogy. The Complete Collection, 1-3. Written by Anna Bushy. Narrated by Google Play AI Narrated Voice. Heir to Mala. Book 1 in the Land of Magadha series.
Chapter 1. Troubled Times. I hummed a song as I scrubbed my body with sandalwood paste. The clear water and wisps of steam rising from the bathtub reminded me of being in a boat with Rish. He would row, while I picked the water lilies blooming in the large palace pond. I would see him this morning, and the thought caused flutters in my stomach.
Princess Meera, is Prince Jay coming back? I have not seen you this happy in a while,
said my maid as she washed my hair. No, Kantha. My brother remains in Sarl. I thought of visiting my grandmother today. I probably did not fool her. While I loved Queen Mother Priya, my maid understood I would not be this joyful in anticipation of seeing her. I stepped out of the bathtub, dried myself, and went into my room. The whitewashed walls gleamed in the morning sun. Gold, silver, and brass lamps hung on the walls and ceiling, glinting in the rays, their light long extinguished. My armoire stood in a corner in the shadows, over 5 feet tall and carved with a wing-spread peacock on the door. I opened it and scanned the array of saris in every color. I chose a ripe mango-colored fabric, embroidered with a mango leaf pattern in silver thread, to wear. Kantha helped me drape the sari.
The color brings out the golden glow in your skin, my lady.
As Kantha worked her magic on my hair, my thoughts shifted to the potential dangers of my interest in Rish Vindhya. As the princess of the Mala kingdom, I knew he would not be my equal. Yet the fluttering in my stomach urged me to ignore my duty and follow my feelings. Recently, my attraction to him threatened to overwhelm me, filling me with a longing to touch his face and to press my cheek against his chest. Yesterday, as I climbed into the boat with him, I stumbled, and he gently pressed his fingertips to my waist to steady me. My body came alive at his touch, causing me to lose my footing again. He held me tighter, his arms wrapped around me as he guided me to my seat. My breathing sounded like wind blowing through a hollow bamboo stick, and his breath came in short gasps when he released me. Kantha pulled my hair, causing me to break out of my reverie. Equals among royalty were few and far between. Princes were not exactly lining up for my hand. Prince Amar of Padi had recently married a local girl. The stories I heard of his misdeeds caused me to rejoice to escape this union. That girl could have easily been me, had the marriage been arranged. As for Prince Nakul, we currently warred against Sarl, so his thoughts on a union remained a mystery unless Jay miraculously brought an end to the war. Though I did wonder if an alliance between the two of us might be suggested as a way to bring about peace. My inner voice argued that Rish was no commoner. He hailed from the Vindhya house, the richest and most powerful house of the Mala kingdom, and was my stepmother's cousin. A union with him would allow me to remain in my beloved Mala kingdom and help Jay rule. Rish's face floated into my mind, agreeing with me. My feelings clouded my judgment. A second son of the second son could not claim to be my peer, I scolded myself. Kantha finished and stepped back.
I braided your hair with 5 strands and weaved in a single string of jasmine garland, my lady. It matches your festive mood.
Yesterday's jasmine flowers plucked at night filled the room with a heady scent. She laid out gold earrings, bangles, and a necklace with the same mango leaf pattern as my sari, and I put them on. As a finishing touch, she pinned a gold chain on my hair, and the mango leaf ornament at the end of the chain rested on my forehead. As I strolled into the palace gardens, I heard the cries of myna birds, parrots, and crows as they left their nests in search of food. Rish waited by the lily pond. He stood under a ficus tree with thick foliage that blocked the sky. My heart skipped as I approached him. He wore a white silk dhothi draped around his waist and a loose-fitting upper garment, our traditional garb. He had gold earrings, armbands, and a gold chain around his neck, symbolizing his high birth. He stood tall, his hand on his sword hilt. A light breeze rustled his hair, causing it to fall across his forehead. I wanted to reach out and smooth his hair. On looks alone, he would be a match for a princess. Such thoughts were beneath me, I reminded myself. As I came nearer, he did not turn to greet me with a smile as I expected. Instead, his eyebrows drew together, giving me pause.
Princess Meera, I have some news to share. News better received while seated, so please,
He said, and guided me to one of the benches. Rish, what is it? I asked, my mind racing. I saw my father yesterday and he'd appeared in good health.
As I broke my morning fast with Uncle Kasu, one of his men came with news from Sarl.
My heart stopped beating and I silently prayed. Please gods, let no harm have come to Jay.
General Devon is on his way to Akash and
He hesitated and gazed at me.
Prince Jay is missing.
My stomach tightened and I stammered, missing? How can Jay be missing? He has 5 personal guards who would not let him out of their sight.
The Vindhya man did not know the details, my lady. We must wait for the general to arrive. He should be here in a few days.
Tears filled my eyes, but I blinked them back. I was a Mala princess, and I would not give in to fear like a common girl. I tried to slow the beating of my racing heart. Rish extended his hand as if to touch me. As I looked up, he pulled back. Part of me longed for his touch to ease my fear, but I knew if he did, I would lose my composure. He regarded me kindly.
My lady, Prince Jay is beloved among his men. And Sarl would not want to incur King Vikram's wrath by harming him. I am sure he is safe.
I took his words to heart. No harm would have come to Jay. I pushed aside my personal feelings as a sister, and thought about the impact on our kingdom. News of his disappearance could not be allowed to spread. Rish, make sure the Vindhya man does not tell his tales to others. News such as this takes wings of its own. We must clip these wings till the general arrives and tells us the true story. As I spoke, I wound the end of my sari around my index finger.
Princess Meera, I will make sure no one repeats the tales. We cannot keep this buried for long, though. Any news about the prince is bound to spread like smoke from an extinguished torch.
But try we must. I will go to my father and see if he knows more about Jay. Rish took leave, but I remained on the bench for some time. Hot tears I'd held back until now flowed down my cheeks. This would not do. Jay may not be lost, and I could not give in to despair yet. I dried my eyes with my sari and walked to my room. I splashed cold water on my face, trying my best to hide any trace of tears and anguish as best as I could before seeing my father.